What's going on, TTC? It's your boy Sykopath, aka Iron Skin, aka your favorite trash talker's favorite trash talker. And I'm back up in this bit. Huh? Yeah, what's going on, fuckers? I came on here because I just want to discuss a couple of things. You know, I had on my old channel, I had a video up where I actually was explaining how I became a Redskins fan, being that I was living in Jersey for majority of my life, you know, born and raised. So a lot of people always ask me, like, how did that happen? How did you become a Redskins fan? Like, why not the Giants? Why not the Jets? Why the Redskins ball teams? You know, and I always got to explain this, so I figured I'll go ahead and redo this video again because my old channel got shut down. I never re-uploaded the video. So what a lot of people already know is I'm a 70s baby. You know, some of my earliest memories of football was the Giants coming over to New Jersey from New York. You know, they was before that the Giants played many years in Yankee Stadium. You know, the Jets was always in Shea Stadium because the Jets came around in the AFL around the same time that Shea Stadium was built. I believe Shea Stadium was built in 60 or whatever. I believe it was 62. I think Shea Stadium was built, and the Jets was there from that entire duration. You know, Jets started off at the Polo Grounds. Then they moved over to Shea Stadium when Shea Stadium opened. The old Polo Grounds where the San Francisco Giants used to play for you young dudes. Excuse me, New York Giants had turned to the San Francisco Giants. I digress. Anyways, and the Giants was at Yankee Stadium forever. And then the Giants decided that they was going to leave Yankee Stadium, and they was kind of dormant for like a couple of years or whatever. I think I don't know too much about all this. I was too little to remember this part of it, but I do remember when they first came over to Jersey when the Meadowlands was done, and I remember the vibe around this time. Now, mind you, I'm a small tyke. You know, I'm real little. You know, I'm just really starting to understand what football is and what it's all about, and starting to, you know, really learn to appreciate the game for what it was. You know, I didn't even have a team yet, so, you know, like I'm learning how the game's played and everything. And during this time, and you know, I live in Jersey. As you know, we both from Newark and everything, and I'm a Redskins fan out here in Jersey. And a lot of people always ask, well, how are you a Redskins fan and you live in Jersey? And I always tell them, like, well, I was kind of raised in the 70s, and it was a little bit different feel about the Giants when they first came out here. You want to explain well, first of all, who you like?
Well, the team I root for now is San Francisco.
Oh, okay.
In fact, I don't think there's anybody in my family. We have friends who are Giant fans, but they were Giant fans for a long time. They had season tickets and all. But our guys, I mean, maybe they took it from me, but I looked at it as being, well, it's a New York team. You call them New York. When they moved to Jersey, they should have had changed the name, and they did for a while. But they had Giants on their helmets.
Yeah.
And then they went and changed it back again a couple of years ago to NY, which then shows us more of a New York team. Mm-hmm. I know a lot of teams are not playing in the city that they're playing, but when they play in the state, they usually keep the state name to a degree. Mm-hmm. You can look at a lot of different teams, like the Los Angeles Lakers. Mm-hmm. They were in Minnesota. Minnesota is a land of lakes. So when they moved to California, how many lakes are in Los Angeles? Not many.
Yeah.
But that would be, a different setup there. As far as the I just picked a team years ago, and San Francisco is my team. My oldest son is a San Diego fan.
Mm-hmm.
My two other younger sons are Pittsburgh fans.
Mm-hmm.
My son-in-law is a Pittsburgh fan. My wife is a Jet fan.
Mm-hmm.
When I found out I didn't even know they were over in Jersey for about a year or two. I didn't follow it that much. But when they came over here, I said, because I was a fan of theirs before, I was still somewhat of a fan. But again, they are still a New York team. I don't know if they push it as much as the Giants do.
Yeah.
But even when the Giants won the first Super Bowl, Phil Simmons was on television. They said, the guy said, well, you play in Jersey, but you still call yourself New York. He says, why don't you call yourself New York? He says, my check comes from New York, not from Jersey. So that was his explanation. I thought it was a cop-out myself.
But it always kind of rubbed you the wrong way.
Like someone asked me, how come you're a Met fan? I guess I said they're in New York, the New York team.
Exactly.
My sons are, Yankee fans. It's a New York team. When they were thinking about years ago when Steinbrenner was still around, they said they're going to move the team to Jersey. I said they better not call them New York Yankees if they come over here. I don't know whether they would have changed the name or not, but being it was Steinbrenner, he probably would have paid somebody off to make sure the name stuck.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, if you move from one location to the other, the Rams moved to St. Louis, they changed to St. Louis. They didn't go to Los Angeles.
Yeah.
But they're going back again. But
mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just I'm a hometown guy. I'm a Jersey guy, and recently they even I thought they made a regulation after this whole thing came out that any new team would then be called New Jersey. Then they had the New York, New Jersey Metro Stars, I think, was soccer.
Oh, soccer, yeah.
And then when they switched over to the Red Bulls, in the beginning, I don't know whether they had the same name, but they still call them New York. They call them not even New Jersey, it's New York Red Bulls.
Yeah.
And I like soccer. I was considering going to a couple of games, it's not that far away, but I said, you know what, I don't care if I see another game, because it's a New York team in Jersey. I didn't have to say New Jersey, it could have been Harrison, whatever they want to call it, because that's where it is in Harrison. But like I said, I thought they made some regulations, some state regulation, that if you came in, you had to be the name, and then they changed it and they made it official that it's New York. Now there's a soccer team in New York that plays in Yankee Stadium. They don't call themselves New Jersey.
Exactly.
It's called New York. So
exactly.
I just think a professional team. The only team that I would root for a lot now would be the Devils.
That's the only
Jersey
team
Devils,
we still got.
That's it. Now, when the Nets were here, they were called New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, which is fine. They moved to New York. Matter of fact, they came to New York originally. Came to Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
They were called New York. Nets. They moved to here. They called it New Jersey. And when they back to New York, they didn't call it New York. They called it Brooklyn.
Right.
Now that was my team for a while. Now I don't have a team.
Yeah, it's not the same with the Nets now since they moved to Brooklyn, right? No. It's really not.
No, I mean, the uniforms are different. I don't know whether
they don't feel like ours anymore.
They what?
They don't feel like our team anymore.
No, really. I mean, I was like really gung ho with the team. Matter of fact, I used to like the Celtics, and I went to a game when the Celtics were playing playing the Nets. And my father was a big Celtics fan, being Irish and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to the game and I started rooting for the Nets. My father goes, "What do you root for the Nets for?" I said, "That's the home team." "You're not rooting for the Celtics?" I said, "No, not anymore. I have a team."
Yeah.
Now, if the Celtics came and moved to Jersey, that would be my team. But that's not going to happen. They're too entrenched in Boston. They'll move to Jersey, that's for sure.
Yeah.
There's nothing appealing to come here as far as that whole thing is. Matter of fact, they just built a new arena up there for them too. So,
true. Having
the Celtics move to Jersey ain't going to happen.
Yeah.
But like I said, I'm a home guy, Jersey guy. People say, well, when you retire, you want to move someplace where the taxes aren't high. I said, but I'm a Jersey guy. It's going to cost me more, but I'm comfortable here.
Yeah, exactly.
I know people move to South Carolina, Delaware, and go, all right, it's not that far, but it's also not that close.
Yeah, it's not home.
No, not home. This is where I grew up. This is my home. Even Newark changed a lot. It's changing back to the better, but it's still not what it was before.
Yeah.
Good or bad, whatever it was, until we had those unfortunate 60s situations. But
yeah.
Anyway, that's my story.
All right. The vibe was, now mind you, we talking like the mid to late 70s. So the vibe was around that time was we didn't like the fact people in Jersey, this section of Jersey in particular, didn't like the fact that the Giants moved to Jersey, but they would still call themselves the New York Giants. Now, some of you young dudes, this might sound a little crazy. Y'all might not understand where I'm coming from, but because right now that's commonplace. You know, that's not even a big deal. You look around the NFL now, a whole bunch of teams not playing where their uniform says they play at, and it's not looked at as a big deal. You know what I'm saying? But we talking the 70s. This was unprecedented, and not to mention it's a whole different state. It's not like when Dallas was playing in Fort Worth, and Dallas is right there. But, you know, it's not the same because we talking a completely different state, even though it's right on the other side of the water. And we was feeling some type of way that, you know, they wasn't calling themselves the New Jersey Giants, and New York was feeling some type of way about them leaving New York and not playing there anymore. And a lot of them wanted them to switch their names to the New Jersey Giants because they didn't want to claim them anymore because they was playing in Jersey, and they didn't feel like it was their team anymore. So now it was crazy. Now it's crazy because I think they got 30 for 30 at it was either 30 for 30 or a Football Life, something like that, called Jersey Boys. If y'all ever get a chance to watch this, y'all can watch it. You know, it's about the Giants when they first came over to New York, talking about a lot of the things I'm discussing and everything else. And you know, if you guys think I'm making this stuff up, yeah, because y'all gotta understand, like, Jersey has already has like a Napoleon complex when it comes to New York, especially this side of Jersey. You know, we always gotta try to fight for our respect. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always kind of been like that. You know, we always been in the shadows of those big buildings, you know, on the other side of the water. You know what I'm saying? You know, when people say they from New York, they don't never mistake that for Jersey. But it's mad times where people say, like, if you from Jersey, you go somewhere outside Jersey, say you from Jersey, they pretty much say you from New York. And it really gets under your skin if you live in Jersey. Like, it's really, because it's completely two different atmospheres. It's two different spots. Like, you know, certain things are similar, but it's really not the same. And, you know, we really take pride of where we live at. You know, we love this state, you know, especially, like I said, this particular area of the Newark area, the Essex County area. We pretty much are the heartbeat of this state. We don't try to be like nobody else. You know, like, you go further up North Jersey, you know, they will cater to New Yorkers. They will cater to New Yorkers the further up north you go. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them are transports from New York. They just came over here to live here, and they travel back and forth across the bridge or the tunnel or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And if you go down to South Jersey, they catering to Philly. You know, they all sniffing up Philly's ass and everything else. You know, like, they don't really want to. They repping Philly. They not really repping Jersey and everything else here. But where I come from, this county right here, this area, we rep Jersey. North. We rep Jersey. And I had a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had a problem with it even at a little young age, because I felt the tension when I heard the older people talk about this stuff. And I felt the tension, and it rubbed off on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't like it. So I could have never cheered for the Giants on the strength of that. Now, mind you, this is around the 70s, right? So a lot of people were Steeler fans. A lot of people cow bitches around this time. Those were the two prominent teams that people was jumping aboard on. You know, people didn't want to be Giant fans, this, that, and third. So they went and found Jets was still a new team. Nobody really took them too serious around that time. And which is called you know, a lot of people was picking the baddest men on the block, who was at the time was the cow bitches and the Steelers. And the Raiders was making a little noise around this time too, you know, but it was mainly Steelers and cow bitch fans around this time. And yeah, so at the end of the day, I didn't want to jump aboard either one of those teams because I didn't want to, you know, that just wasn't me. I ain't go for the flash or nothing, you know. Like, the Steelers never seemed like a flashy team, but they was a team that everybody was liking, and I didn't want to. I've always been a motherfucker who kind of like wanted to think outside the box. Like, I didn't want to do what everybody else did. Hence why I came in in the TTC doing my videos the way I did my videos. Like, I was always that dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always had to go against the grain. So, you know, and not to mention, a lot of my friends and a couple of older people I know were cow bitch fans. And they were some of the biggest mouth motherfuckers that I knew. And they used to always talk shit about the cow bitches. I mean, they would sit up there and they would just praise the cow bitches. It was all about Roger Staubach, Tom Landry, Tony Dorsett, Drew Pearson, Randy White, you know, Harvey Martin. I had to hear all these names, you know what I'm saying? Like, this, that, and third, like Hollywood Henderson, and I had to hear about all these motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? Like, beating my head down. I knew these motherfuckers' names better than I knew presidents' names. That's how much I was motherfucking getting beat down with these motherfuckers, talking about, hearing about how great they was. So I ended up hating these motherfuckers. I ended up being like, man, fuck the cow bitches, man. Nobody give a fuck about this cow bitch. I wasn't calling them cow bitches at this point in time in my life. I wish I could tell y'all that, but I'll be lying to you. I was about 6 or 7 years away from calling them cow bitches, but yeah, y'all get what I'm saying. Like, yeah, fuck Dallas. Like, I don't give a fuck about cow. Fuck them. You know what I mean? Like, this, that, there. And my godfather, he was a Redskins fan. He taught me a lot about the game, as far as, like, you know, the positions and, you know, how many people on the field, you know, just little stuff, you know, questions, you know, little kids ask, you know, when they trying to learn. You know, I got on it. I'm sure I probably, well, he ain't act like I got on his nerves. Maybe I did, because you know how it is when people asking too many questions while you try to watch the game. I was that little motherfucker, but you know, I wanted to know, you know what I'm saying? You know, like, I was always intrigued and interested in sports. And, yeah, like, so that, and you know, one day I saw a Redskin versus cow bitch game. And that's when I first found out about the rivalry. And, you know, I found out about how much the Redskins hate the cow bitches. And I remember before the game came on, I was talking about how much I hate the cow bitches. And I got about, well, you're going to like this game then, because the team they playing don't like the cow bitches either. They playing my team. Sit down and watch the game with me. And I sit down and watch. And yeah, from that point on, I felt the rivalry. And, you know, I wanted in. You know, I wanted in on that rivalry, you know, and like, you know, they hate the cow bitches, I hate the cow bitches, it just made sense. So yes, I was a cow bitch hater before I was a Redskin fan. And that's what drew me into being a Redskin fan that lived in Jersey. And then we talking like what? I think this was like what? It had to have been about 78, 79 season, something like that. I think that was the season, 78, 79 season. So yeah, I was a Redskin fan for a long time. A long time. Longer than a lot of, most of you've been born. That's how long I've been a Redskin fan. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody can ever question my fanhood up on here. Because people will tell you, people know me will tell you how hardcore of a fan I was and how long I've been a Redskin fan. Most of my life I was the only Redskin fan in my school or my class or my block, at the job. You know, and I loved it. I loved being a Redskin fan living in Jersey. I wouldn't have it any other way, because again, I had Philly fans that dripped up here from South Jersey, had Giant fans, had our fair share of cow bitch fans. It was the TTC my whole life. My whole life was the TTC. Motherfuckers couldn't tell me shit. Like, my whole life was the TTC. You know? But yeah, man, like, that's pretty much, you know, my story about how I became a Redskin fan. You know, again, Giants, I just couldn't do it, man. I couldn't do it. I got too much pride for my state. You know, every team that was played in my state, I cheered for, that called themselves that. You know, the Nets fan. Devils fan. You know, even my one football team that I rep that from this state called themselves New Jersey, and that would be the New Jersey Generals of the USFL. That was my USFL team. And I love them to death because they called themselves Jersey. I love my state. And you know, when people sit up here and they say, why don't you cheer for the local team? Why don't you cheer for the team in your area? Well, I tell them all the time, Jersey don't got no team. Jersey do not have a team. We have a team that plays here. And if people want to claim that from Jersey, then fine. I know a lot of the younger generation, they don't understand or see it the same way I see it, or people from back who remember those times see it, because it's a completely different era. But nah, I still hold those same type feelings, and it's just I got a problem with that organization since then, you know, and that was why. You know, it might seem silly to some of y'all, but that's just how it is, man. It's a Jersey thing. You got to be here to understand what I'm talking about. All right? I done talked for a long ass time. I'm about to get ready to get up out of here. You know what I mean? I just wanted to check in, break up some monotony, and just give y'all story time. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it is what it is. I'll be back soon. I want to do some more reminisce type style videos before get too close to the preseason. And yeah, y'all already know what it is. It's still hail to the Redskins every day, all day. You motherfuckers already know. Scream at your motherfucking boy. I'm gone. Oh, quick fun fact before I go. Little quick tidbit. Little connection between New Jersey and the Washington Redskins. New Jersey actually did have an NFL team by the name of the Orange/Newark Tornadoes. They started off in Orange, New Jersey, and they ended up in Newark, New Jersey, and they called themselves Orange/Newark Tornadoes from 1929 to 1930. In 1932, a Boston-based group was awarded the remains of the failed Newark organization, and it will be named the Boston Braves, who are now known as the Washington Redskins. Little fun fact, you can Google it yourself. Alright, so like I said, it's connections here. Run deep. Alright, I'll holler at y'all later. I'm out.